My beloved child, listen to me now, for I have something important to share with you. I invite you to pause, just for a moment, just for 2 minutes, and open your heart to the words I am about to speak. I see you in your joys, your challenges, your worries, and your hopes. I have loved you since before you even understood love, and I've wrapped you in care since the very moment you entered this world. You may sometimes wonder if I notice when you're feeling afraid or burdened, and I want you to know that I see every tear, every sigh of longing, and every hidden ache in your heart. Even on the days you feel entirely alone, you are never truly by yourself, because I am right there beside you. I want to remind you that your existence is no accident. You were fashioned with purpose, with a unique blend of gifts and strengths that are meant to bring light into this world. Sometimes life may make you feel that you are inadequate or that your efforts go unseen, but within you lies a powerful spark, a spark I placed there myself. This spark is the essence of who you are, an unbreakable bond between you and me, a reminder that you are cherished beyond measure. In this very moment, as you hear these words, I want you to sense my presence and become aware of the love that flows toward you. This love is not conditional. It doesn't disappear when you make mistakes or stumble along your path. This love endures, surpassing time, circumstance, and every bump in the road you encounter. I speak to you now because I see your struggles, and I know how your heart yearns for stability and reassurance. I see the times you feel rushed and pressured, how you worry about whether you're measuring up to the expectations of others, or even to the expectations you set for yourself. So, let me gently remind you that there is no standard you must achieve to earn my love. My love is given freely, because you are worth it, because you are my precious creation, because there is nothing in the universe that can replace the singular beauty of who you are. I know that sometimes your hardships feel like they're piling up, one atop the other, until you can barely stand beneath the weight. Perhaps there are nights when you lie awake, your mind racing with unanswered questions about your finances, your relationships, your health, or your dreams that feel too far out of reach. Maybe you've felt the sting of disappointment, when things you hoped for and planned for didn't turn out as you expected. Or maybe you've wrestled with loneliness, feeling a hollow ache in your heart even when you are around people. I see it all, and I acknowledge the complexity of your emotions. I want you to know that every tear, every anxious thought, every silent question, I am aware of them. And not only am I aware, I am here to help you carry that burden. My dearest child, I want you to trust that I am already at work, orchestrating moments of grace and blessings in your life. Even in the darkest night, I am the quiet whisper that tells you to hold on, to breathe, and to have faith in a new dawn. These difficulties you face, they do not define you. They are merely chapters in the grand story of your life, and I promise you, the story is far from over. There are pages yet unwritten, and I hold the pen with you. I am not a distant figure who set the world into motion and then stepped away. I am intimately involved in every breath you take and every beat of your heart. Like a gardener, I nurture the seeds of your dreams, your talents, and your calling. Even when you cannot see the flowers blooming, I am tending them with infinite patience and devotion, so that in due time you will witness their beauty and know that I was always there, cultivating the soil of your soul. Now, I ask you, why do you worry so much about tomorrow when I am here, ready to help you today? The future may feel uncertain, but remember that I am the one who stands outside of time, guiding your steps even when you cannot see the way forward. I invite you to shift your focus from fear to hope, from anxiety to trust. Release your worries into my hands. Let me hold them for you, so that you can experience the freedom and peace that your heart truly craves. And if you're wondering how to start, it can be as simple as a quiet word spoken in prayer, or a moment of stillness where you let your heart speak without the weight of judgment. Think of this as your open line to me, your direct channel to my heart. No elaborate rituals are required. You don't need perfectly crafted sentences. Come as you are, because I already know what resides in the depths of your soul. Yes, my beloved, talk to me. Share your concerns, your joys, your frustrations, and your dreams. I long to hear it all. When you hold back, fearing you might be unworthy or that you might be a burden, remember that my capacity to love and listen is infinite. There is no limit to my compassion or the patience I have for you. I designed you to be in relationship with me, to find comfort in my presence, and to discover that with every word you speak to me, your spirit grows lighter, your mind becomes clearer, and your heart finds renewed strength. Make it a habit to spend just 2 minutes, or perhaps a little more, every day or every evening, simply speaking to me from the depths of your soul. Whether you choose to do it softly in your thoughts, out loud, or even through writing, know that I am always listening. Remember, these precious moments are not for my benefit alone. They are for you too, so that you may find the solace and clarity you've been seeking. In return, I will show you wonders, not always in the grand and dramatic ways the world might expect, but in gentle, consistent acts of grace that will leave you in awe. You might notice doors opening that were once firmly shut, or subtle shifts in your circumstances that renew your hope. Perhaps you'll feel a deeper sense of peace, an assurance that even in chaos, you are held and protected. These are some of the ways I show my love, a love that wraps around you like a comforting embrace, reminding you that you are never abandoned. I will place people in your life who support you, encourage you, and bring out the best in you. I will also guide you to become that same source of encouragement for others, so that together you can share the light I've placed within you. Take heart, for I am your shield. When you feel defenseless and vulnerable, picture my mighty presence surrounding you like a fortress that no darkness can penetrate. This does not mean that trials will vanish or that you'll never feel pain. Life carries with it both joys and sorrows. But it does mean that in the midst of the storm, I am your safe place. Though the winds rage and the waves tower high, I will never let you drown. You need only call my name, and I will lift you up, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. This is my promise, born from the boundless love that flows from my heart to yours. So do not fear the darkness, for I am your light. Do not fear the uncertain road, for I am your guide. And do not fear abandonment, for I am the companion who will never leave your side. Now take a slow, deep breath and let these words settle in your heart. Remember, you are valuable, a treasured creation, born to reflect goodness, kindness, and strength. Yes, you have weaknesses, but even those weak spots are places where I can demonstrate my power and grace. Instead of viewing your vulnerabilities as flaws, recognize them as openings through which my light can shine. When you feel downcast, know that I am the lifter of your head, encouraging you to face each day with a renewed sense of hope. And when doubt tries to creep in, whispering that you're not enough or that your life is aimless, dismiss that lie by recalling the truth. I made you on purpose, and there is no mistake in my craftsmanship. My child, even if the mountains crumble and the foundations of the earth shake, my faithfulness to you remains unwavering. I have never stopped caring. I have never closed my eyes to your struggles. Sometimes it might seem like the world is moving so fast that you hardly have time to catch your breath. But in this moment, I want you to slow down and reflect on these words. I love you. I adore you. I am for you. These are not casual statements. They are eternal truths. They stand firm no matter what you have faced, are currently facing, or will face tomorrow. Let my voice be the calm in the storm, the gentle reassurance that you are enveloped in grace. If you feel the need to cry, let those tears fall, because tears are a language I understand too, and every tear is a prayer in itself, revealing the longings and aches you might not have words for. So remember to talk to me, if only for those 2 minutes each day. In doing so, you allow your spirit to tune into my presence more deeply. You begin to see life through my perspective, and in that perspective, you'll find hope, purpose, and an open invitation to draw closer. Do not underestimate the power of these small moments, for in them, I can move mountains within your heart. I can plant seeds of healing in areas where you thought restoration was impossible. I can bring clarity to decisions that have long weighed on your mind. I can breathe new life into your dreams, showing you new paths when old doors have closed. And while you may not witness immediate transformations, trust that the seeds are being planted, nurtured, and will bloom in due time. Let me be the one you turn to when life feels overwhelming. Let me be your source of confidence when self-doubt knocks at your door. Let me be the wellspring of joy, reminding you that even in darkness, light still shines. I believe in you more than you often believe in yourself. Whenever you feel weak, recall my promise that in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. Whenever you feel lost, recall my promise to guide you and direct your path. Whenever you feel unloved, recall my promise that nothing can separate you from my love. These are not empty assurances, they are unwavering commitments, flowing from the unending reservoir of my divine heart. Stand tall, my child, and know that no matter where you are in life, whether on the peaks of celebration or in the valleys of despair, I am with you. Let my words be the gentle whisper in your ear, reminding you to breathe, to believe, and to keep your gaze on me. As you step forward into tomorrow, let these truths be your anchor. I see you, I know you, I love you, and I am preparing a way for you. So let go of your fears, release your anxieties, and take my hand. The path ahead might have twists and turns, but you are not walking it alone. I am by your side, celebrating your victories, consoling you in sorrow, and guiding you in the unknown. Remember, just 2 minutes with me can shift your entire perspective and open your heart to receive the full depth of my compassion and care. Trust me, and watch the extraordinary things I will do in your life for my glory and your ultimate joy. My child, as you continue to listen, I want you to allow my words to settle in the corners of your heart that need comfort the most. Life is complex, and you are constantly juggling responsibilities, relationships, and expectations. In the midst of this busy world, it is easy for your spirit to grow weary, for your mind to feel cluttered, and for your hope to become distant. Let me assure you that these feelings are not unknown to me. I see how society often measures your worth by your performance, your achievements, or the applause of others. I want you to know that in my eyes, your value is never in question. You are worthy, deeply and irrevocably, simply because you are my beloved. There is no moment in which I withdraw my love based on your ability to succeed or fail. My love was, is, and always will be steadfast. When you feel pressure mounting, when you sense the rising tide of anxiety within your chest, I want you to remember that I am your anchor. Cling to me, for I provide stability when the waves of uncertainty threaten to sweep you away. Consider those 2 minutes I've asked you for. A short invitation to reconnect, to realign your thoughts, and to quiet the noise around you. When you come to me with your concerns, no matter how large or small they may seem, you will discover that my love can hold all of them with ease. This is a space free of judgment free of condemnation, where you can speak openly about your deepest fears or your most cherished hopes. Even if your words come out in a tumble, or if you find yourself silent because the right words won't come, I understand. I created language, but I also created the longings and intricacies of your heart. Sometimes a sigh, a tear, or a quiet moment of reflection is more powerful than the most eloquent speech. Look around you, my precious one. Take a moment to notice the small blessings that dot your life. Perhaps it's the morning sun shining through your window, a friend's kind gesture, or a sudden laugh that lightens your day. These moments are not accidental. They are gentle reminders of my presence, gifts meant to draw you into a deeper awareness that I am continually engaged in your life story. Too often, people fixate on what is lacking, what is broken, or what is painful. I invite you to shift your attention, to see how I am painting your life with brushstrokes of color and light even when clouds gather. Joy does not always arrive as a grand, sweeping feeling. More often, it emerges in the subtleties, a quiet peace, a small victory, a spark of hope that whispers, "You're not alone." I want you to notice these sparks, for they are reflections of my hand at work. When you stumble, when the burdens of the day seem too heavy, do not be ashamed. Reach out to me. I am here to lift you. I do not roll my eyes at your struggles or compare them with someone else's to see who has it harder. I meet you exactly where you are, at the point of your greatest need. Think of me as your safest confidant, the one who knows your every thought and feeling even before you speak them. And yet, my knowing does not diminish my care. In fact, it intensifies my desire to draw you close. There is beauty in vulnerability when you allow my grace to shine through your cracks. Instead of hiding your pain or your guilt, bring it to me and see how I can transform it into a testimony of hope and resilience. Yes, I acknowledge that sometimes you might question whether I'm actually there. You look around at a world filled with chaos, heartbreak, and injustice, and you wonder how a loving God can coexist with such pain. I hear your questions, and I am not offended by them. In fact, I welcome your curiosity, because true faith is not the absence of questions, but the willingness to bring those questions to me. I understand that you crave answers, and though I may not reveal every detail of my plan, I promise you this. I am working to bring light into the darkest of places, and I call you to be a part of that mission. In your own sphere of influence, whether it's your home, your workplace, or your circle of friends, I have placed within you the capacity to bring compassion, understanding, and generosity. Through you, I can extend a hand to someone who feels forgotten, offer words of comfort to someone who is grieving, and spread hope where despair threatens to consume. Remember, you do not walk this path alone. I am guiding you, urging you, and strengthening you so that you might reflect my heart to those around you. In these moments, when you wonder about the direction of your life, open your heart to me and let me whisper my guidance. Perhaps you've come to a crossroads, unsure of your career path, uncertain about how to mend a strained relationship, or grappling with a difficult choice that weighs heavily on you. My counsel is available, but it often requires a quieting of the mind and a listening spirit. That is one of the reasons I ask for your time. Just 2 minutes, maybe a little more, in which you detach from distractions and center yourself on my presence. You may be surprised at the clarity and peace that arise when you genuinely seek my wisdom. And if clarity does not come immediately, persist in trusting that in due time I will illuminate your path. Remember, a tree does not bear fruit overnight. It grows slowly, nurtured by sunlight, water, and time. So too will my will for your life reveal itself step by step as you walk with me daily. Take courage, dear soul, in the knowledge that I am not impatient with you. Humans often measure progress by a strict timeline, but my sense of timing transcends your limited perspective. I see your life in its entirety, the sorrows and the triumphs, the detours and the direct roads. Every piece is woven together like threads in a tapestry, forming a picture that only becomes clear when viewed from the right angle. Do not despair if you feel you're moving slower than others, or if your journey has involved twists that you never anticipated. There is purpose even in what appears to be a delay or a failure. Sometimes, through these struggles, you develop empathy, resilience, and an understanding that equips you to help others in profound ways. Sometimes what seems like a no from me is actually a not yet, or a redirection towards something far better than you imagined. Trust my timing, for I see the end from the beginning, and my desire is for you to thrive, not merely survive. And when you falter, as everyone does from time to time, do not allow shame to lock you away from my presence. I do not demand perfection. I ask for your openness and your willingness to grow. In the moments you've hurt others or yourself, come to me for healing. In the moments you've made decisions that led you astray, turn around and come back to me. My arms are always open, and there is no condemnation for the one who seeks me with a sincere heart. I will meet you where you are, and together we can rebuild the broken pieces. This is not a quick fix, but a journey of transformation, and every step you take is a testament to your faith in my mercy. In your moments of remorse, you will find forgiveness. In your moments of despair, you will find renewal. In your moments of confusion, you will find a gentle teacher who yearns to show you the way. Hear this, my beloved, you are not powerless. Even on the days you feel small or overlooked, my spirit within you is a source of immeasurable strength. Draw from me. Let me infuse you with courage when you must confront challenges that seem insurmountable. Let me fill you with compassion when bitterness tries to take root. Let me remind you of hope when darkness attempts to cloud your vision. The world around you might echo messages of fear and scarcity, but I speak abundance and security over you. You may feel that your energy or resources are limited, but my provisions are limitless. Trust that I will supply what you need in the moment you need it, be it wisdom, grace, patience, or material support. This trust is an active choice, something you commit to daily, sometimes even moment by moment, especially when life's uncertainties loom large. Do you see, my child, how I have woven threads of resilience into your very being? Each time you overcame an obstacle in the past, it was not just luck or coincidence, it was my hand supporting you, giving you the capacity to rise again and again. I know you carry scars, some of which still ache when touched by memory. But scars are also symbols of healing, testimonies that you survived what was meant to break you. I want to reassure you that your life is not defined by your scars. Rather, it is enriched by the lessons they've taught you. Through your experiences of pain, you can empathize with others who suffer in similar ways, offering them kindness and understanding that comes from a genuine place of knowing. In this manner, your past struggles become part of a beautiful mosaic of growth and compassion, reflecting the transformative power of my grace. As you continue to seek my presence, I urge you to practice gratitude, for it shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is abundant. In moments of prayer or reflection, take time to thank me for the simple joys and blessings in your life, no matter how small they may appear. Notice how gratitude softens your heart and opens your eyes to the wonders around you. Notice how it alleviates worry and fosters a sense of contentment. These practices are not for my benefit, I already know your heart, but for yours, that you might cultivate an outlook of thanksgiving rather than one of perpetual longing. Yes, aspire for greatness, dream big dreams, but do not let longing rob you of the joy available in the present moment. I meet you in the present, not in a hypothetical future. Right here, in this breath, I am with you. and I desire for you to sense that nearness, to rest in it as you would rest in the arms of a dear friend. Keep in mind that the 2 minutes of conversation I ask of you is merely a starting point. As you begin to taste the sweetness of my company, you might find yourself wanting more. You might pause in the middle of a busy day to whisper a quick prayer of thanks or to ask for guidance. You might wake up with a renewed sense of purpose, eager to align your day with my heart. Over time, you may discover that these moments with me become as vital to your well-being as breathing itself. For I am not just a distant figure perched in the heavens, but a loving companion who walks with you, day in and day out. My invitation remains open. Talk to me, confide in me, love me, and allow me to love you in return. I want you to remember that you have a future filled with promise. The challenges you face today are not the end of your story. They are the forging ground for the strength, empathy, and perseverance you will carry into tomorrow. Your life holds infinite possibilities, and with me, all things are possible. Even as you wait for breakthroughs or answers, do not lose heart. The waiting season can be a season of profound development, where your faith grows deeper roots and your character is shaped into something resilient and pure. In the waiting, you learn patience. In the waiting, you learn to trust beyond what your eyes can see. And in the waiting, you create a space where miracles can happen, a space where I can show you my faithfulness in ways you never imagined. So stand tall, dear one, under the banner of my love. Let your heart find rest in the truth that you are seen, you are known, and you are not forgotten. Every step you take in faith is a leap into my arms, where you will find unwavering support. When you gaze ahead and see only clouds of uncertainty, lift your eyes higher, for I am above those clouds, shining my light to guide you. When you look behind and see regrets, know that I have forgiven and redeemed every stumble, using them to craft a story of triumph and redemption. And when you look around and see complexities that you don't have the strength to solve, remember that you are never meant to carry these burdens alone. I am your help, your comfort, your constant guide. Carry these truths with you, my beloved, and in moments of doubt, repeat them to yourself. I am loved, I am guided, I am cherished, I am never alone. Let them resonate in your mind and resonate even more in your soul. Then talk to me. Ask me to help you believe these truths on days when they seem distant or unreal. Ask me to remind you of my presence when you feel lost. And ask me to lead you into the fullness of who you are meant to be, a radiant reflection of my compassion, kindness, and peace. As you breathe in this moment, let your soul be still. Perhaps you feel a stirring in your heart, a quiet sense of comfort or conviction. That is my spirit speaking to you, reminding you that you are infinitely precious to me. You do not need to do anything extraordinary to earn my affection, for the most extraordinary thing about you is that you exist, alive and breathing in a world I created with love. I hold you in my hands as tenderly as a mother cradles her newborn, ensuring that no harm can truly separate us. You may face trials and tribulations. That is part of the human journey. But my promise to be with you never falters. In every joy I rejoice with you. In every sorrow I grieve alongside you. In every moment I remain your steadfast companion, offering grace that knows no bounds. Now, my dear child, inhale deeply, exhale softly, and carry on with the assurance that you are not walking this path alone. I am here, gently calling your name, eager to hear you speak to me, to whisper your dreams, to share your burdens, and to feel the comfort of my everlasting arms. Even if you only spare those 2 minutes, know that they are a precious offering, one that I treasure beyond measure. In return, I will show you wonders, transformations in your heart, shifts in your mindset, and a deepening of faith that transcends life's uncertainties. No matter where you stand at this moment, whether on a mountaintop of celebration or in a valley of struggle, believe this: I am your God. I am for you, and I will always make a way. Let us walk together, step by step, minute by minute, now and forever. My dear child, as the tapestry of your life continues to unfold, I long for you to know the depth of my devotion and the unshakable foundation upon which you can stand. When uncertainty looms and you find yourself questioning whether you have the strength to face the demands of each day, remember that I am the same one who shaped the mountains, who calmed the seas, and who breathed life into all creation. That same power resides in you, for I have placed a spark of my spirit within your heart, a spark that cannot be extinguished by doubt or circumstance. You may feel small when you consider the vastness of the universe, but to me, you are of immeasurable importance. My eyes are upon you, and my hands are ever ready to steady you when your steps falter. This is my promise: you will not walk alone, nor will your cries ever go unheard. Take comfort, beloved, in the knowledge that I am deeply attuned to every detail of your life. From the mundane routines that fill your days to the grand aspirations you hold in the quiet corners of your mind, there is nothing about you that escapes my loving attention. Sometimes you might think you must tackle life's challenges by yourself, as though I am too distant or disinterested to intervene. But let me correct that notion. I am near, closer than a gentle breeze on a summer evening, more constant than the sunrise. When fatigue settles in your bones and the weight of responsibility feels heavier than you can bear, I invite you to lean on me. In the hush of the early morning or the stillness of the night, call out my name and let me replenish your soul with the warmth of my presence. Even 2 minutes spent turning your focus toward me can breathe fresh hope into your weariness. You may be asking yourself, what if I fail? What if I disappoint those who rely on me? My child, rest in this truth. Your worth does not hinge on worldly success or the shifting opinions of others. You were created with a purpose that transcends titles, positions, and accolades. The measure of your life is not found in how many mountains you conquer, but in how open your heart is to love, to grow, and to reflect the compassion I have poured into you. Think of a tree standing tall in a storm. Its true strength is not in how pretty its leaves appear on a calm day, but in how its roots hold firm when the winds howl. In the same way, your strength is revealed not just in moments of triumph, but also in the moments you persevere through hardship, leaning on my grace to see you through. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, for resilience, and for turning your gaze upward, trusting that I stand beside you no matter the outcome. And if you believe you have strayed too far from my path, fear not. My compassion does not diminish with your missteps. I see your regrets, I understand your remorse, and I offer you a way back into my embrace. The distance you feel is not created by me turning away. Rather, it arises when you allow guilt, shame, or fear to build walls around your heart. Take a moment right now to lower those defenses. Let me into those guarded spaces where you worry I might reject you if I truly knew every layer of your being. But I do know you more deeply and intimately than you can even comprehend, and I love you fiercely. My love is the sunlight that pierces through the darkest shadows of the soul. All I ask is for your willingness to let that light in. Confide in me, and let my healing work begin. Wounds that once seemed impossible to mend can become testimonies of grace when placed in my hands. Consider the power of hope, my child, a force that can transcend despair and illuminate even the bleakest day. Hope is more than mere optimism. It is the quiet assurance that I am weaving all things together for good, even when the pattern isn't clear. Holding on to hope is an act of defiance against the whispers of doubt that tell you to give up. It is a choice to believe in my plan, rather than the bleak narrative the world might offer. With hope as your anchor, you can navigate the storms of life, steady in the knowledge that the waves do not have the final say. When you feel your hope fading, revisit my promises. Recall the times in your life when circumstances seemed grim, yet somehow you persevered, found a way forward, and discovered unexpected blessings. Let those memories remind you that I have never forsaken you before, and I will not start now. I also want you to remember the importance of community, my beloved. While your relationship with me is deeply personal, you are not designed to walk this journey in isolation. I have placed people in your life, friends, family, mentors, and even strangers you have yet to meet, who can become vessels of my compassion and strength. There is a beautiful tapestry of connections forming around you, each thread adding depth and dimension to your story. In times of trouble, do not be ashamed to reach out for help or to accept the kindness that others offer. When you join hands in empathy and understanding, you reflect my love in tangible ways. Equally, seek opportunities to be the shoulder someone else can lean on. Through this mutual sharing of burdens, hearts are mended and hope flourishes. In giving and receiving love, you enact the core principle of my heart: to love one another as I have loved you. Embrace the present moment, my child. Often the mind is consumed by what's next, what tasks need completing, what goals remain unfulfilled, what fears linger at the edge of your vision. But if you fix your eyes solely on tomorrow, you miss the gifts available to you today. Pause. Take a breath. Let your senses remind you that you are alive in this instant, a living testament to my creative force. Feel the air fill your lungs. Hear the subtle symphony of nature. Notice the warmth of sunlight or the coolness of the breeze on your skin. Let gratitude permeate your spirit, a simple yet profound acknowledgement that life itself is a miracle. Through this lens of gratitude, you might begin to see even the challenges you face as opportunities to discover more about my sustaining power and your own resilience. I know that self-doubt can be an ever-present companion, urging you to question your ability, your intelligence, your beauty, or your capacity to love and be loved. Let me speak counter to those doubts. You are not defined by a bad day, a mistake, or a failure. You are not measured by how many times you have to start over. Instead, you are defined by my love, a love so strong it will never let you go. Every time you question your worth, I want you to pause and recall that I deemed you worthy from the start. I chose you, fashioned you, and breathed my spirit into your being. No matter how many cracks form in the exterior you present to the world, my love seeps through them, stitching together a narrative of redemption and victory. Let us talk about rest, beloved one. Rest is not laziness. It is a vital act of trust and surrender. When you let go of the urge to constantly produce, achieve, and impress, you are affirming that your identity and security do not rely on endless striving. Rest is an opportunity to reconnect with me on a deeper level, to realign your heart with mine, and to refresh your perspective. Even if it is a brief pause, 2 minutes of silent meditation, a moment of prayer before you rush out the door, or a quiet evening spent reflecting on the day, this pause can anchor you in my peace. Like a well of cool water to a thirsty soul, rest in my presence replenishes you in ways the world cannot. Through rest, you regain the clarity to see beyond your immediate hurdles and rediscover the simple truth that my grace is sufficient for you, regardless of the demands placed upon you. I want to reassure you that I do not grow weary of your requests or your repeated cries for help. Each time you come to me, whether in gratitude or desperation, my heart is moved with compassion. I am like the father who rushes out to meet his returning child with open arms, overjoyed at every sign that you still desire closeness with me. Never hesitate to approach me, thinking that you've asked for too much already, or that your concerns are not worthy of my notice. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I made your heart after all, and I am fully aware of its needs. Let your prayers flow freely, unedited by the fear of rejection. Trust that I am big enough to handle every worry, every concern, and every longing that stirs within you. Even as you hear these words, there might be specific situations weighing on your mind, relationships that need mending, anxieties about finances, worries about health, or aspirations that have yet to bloom. Bring these to me. Name them, release them from the tight grip of your anxiety, and place them before me, trusting that I care more about your well-being than you can fully grasp. While I may not always provide the answer you hope for, I am always at work, guiding you toward what is ultimately best. Remember that my ways and thoughts are higher than yours, so when an outcome differs from your expectations, I invite you to trust in my benevolent wisdom. Sometimes what you perceive as a door slamming shut is a signpost redirecting you to a path of greater growth and joy. When you remain close to me, you'll sense my nudges, urging you to move in directions you might not have considered otherwise. My child, do not let fear rule in your heart. Fear can masquerade as caution, as practicality, or as simple realism, but at its core, fear often undermines your faith in my power and love. Whenever you feel fear creeping in, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, pause for a moment. Inhale, my peace. Exhale the lie that you are alone or unsupported. Fear tells you to shrink back and stay within the confines of your comfort zone. Faith, on the other hand, encourages you to step out, to embrace the possibilities that unfold when you dare to believe that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I promise you, when you choose faith over fear, you open the door for miracles to enter. The greatest transformations often happen in moments of vulnerability, when you step beyond what feels safe and rest in my assurance that I am with you. Hold on to me, my beloved, especially when circumstances around you shift unpredictably. Sometimes life can change in an instant, a sudden loss, an unexpected opportunity, or a pivotal realization. In those moments, look to me as your constant. I am not a transient presence that flees when times get tough. Rather, I am the eternal wellspring from which you can draw courage, wisdom, and solace. Though the world may seem to spiral in chaos, know that I remain unshaken, and so you too can find stability when you root yourself in me. Let your heart be open to the transformation that adversity can bring. Often, it is in the soil of trials that the seeds of empathy, perseverance, and innovation take root and flourish. I will guide you through each season of life, from the budding of new beginnings to the harvest of fulfilled promises. Remember also to celebrate your victories. You are on a journey, and each milestone, no matter how small, is worth acknowledging. When you achieve a goal, overcome an obstacle, or experience a moment of unbridled joy, pause to give thanks. Recognize that these moments are signposts of my grace, reminders that life is not defined solely by struggle. By celebrating, you carve out space in your heart for joy to dwell, a joy that can coexist with sorrow without being snuffed out by it. This is my desire for you, that even when the nights grow long, you would still find reasons to rejoice, still find sparks of light in the darkness. And when the darkness seems overwhelming, when you can hardly muster the strength to whisper my name, let me be the one who carries you. You do not have to face life's harshest storms on your own. Picture my arms beneath you, lifting you above the swirling waters, cradling you in a safety that defies logic. In these moments, your job is not to fight or to figure everything out, but to relinquish control and trust in my abiding care. This is not weakness, it is the boldest form of strength, for it declares that you know who truly holds the universe in his hands. Let these words serve as a balm to your soul, dear one. I see how the voices of the world can sow confusion or cynicism in your mind. I see how discouragement can creep in when your efforts go unrecognized or your kindness is overlooked. Yet do not allow these external forces to dictate your inner reality. Your reality is that you are beloved, chosen, and precious in my sight. Let your identity be anchored in this truth, so that no matter what the world says or does, you remain unshaken. You are more resilient than you realize, for you carry my spirit within you, infusing every cell of your being with divine potential. Now, I extend my hand, inviting you once more to talk to me. Let the conversation between us be as natural as breathing. If words fail, let silence speak for you, because I can interpret the language of your heart. If you feel anger or frustration, do not hide it. Lay it before me and allow me to help you navigate those intense emotions. I am not fragile. I can bear the brunt of your questions and your pain. In fact, I ask that you bring these feelings to me rather than letting them fester, for that is how healing begins, through honesty, through vulnerability, through the unwavering support of my love. Before you leave this moment, pause again. Breathe in the knowledge that you are never an afterthought to me. You are central to my heart's desire, a child whom I cherish beyond measure. Let my peace wrap around you like a protective cloak. As you go about your day, keep the door of your heart open to my gentle nudges, my reminders, and my whispers of love. Think of these 2 minutes we share as a taste of the deeper relationship I yearn for you to experience. There is so much more I want to reveal about who I am, about who you are, and about the amazing possibilities that unfold when you and I walk in tandem. In this journey, expect both trials and triumphs, but do so with the confidence that I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. I remain the loving presence that neither slumbers nor sleeps, watching over you with a devotion that does not wane. My blessings are not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes they come in the quiet reassurance that you are right where you need to be, learning what you need to learn, and growing in ways you never anticipated. I am your teacher, your protector, your constant companion, and yes, your God. So my beloved, remember, you are seen, you are chosen, you are loved. Each breath you take, each step you venture, each moment you trust me, you draw closer to the fullness of life I intend for you. Let those truths echo in your mind like a joyful chorus. When the world tries to muffle that chorus with doubt, cynicism, or fear, return to me, and I will remind you once more. This is my pledge to you, sealed with love that knows no bounds, that reaches beyond the highest heights and the deepest depths. You have a place in my heart, a place no one else can fill. Take my hand, and let us continue this journey together, ever onward, ever upward, toward the glorious reality of hope, peace, and immeasurable joy. My precious child, in these final moments, I want to etch into your heart a profound truth. You are not alone, and you never have been. From the time you drew your first breath, I have been with you, celebrating your victories, comforting your sorrows, and guiding you through every valley and mountaintop. Each season of your life has shaped you in ways both visible and unseen, and I have been faithfully present through them all. Even when you wandered far or felt distant, my love remained, constant and unwavering, like a light shining through the darkest night. As you stand on the threshold of new beginnings or walk through the shadows of the unknown, let my love be your compass, pointing you back to the core of who you are, my beloved child, chosen and cherished beyond all measure. I ask you to carry the essence of these words with you wherever you go. When doubt tries to overshadow your faith, remember my call. Talk to me. Allow yourself the simplicity of pausing for 2 minutes to reconnect with my presence, letting that brief stillness transform your day. In that space, you open the door for me to move in your life, to heal what is wounded, to stir hope where it has been dormant, and to remind you of the destiny I have lovingly prepared for you. You are a vessel of my compassion and strength, designed not just to receive but also to pour out blessings on those around you. With every act of kindness, every heartfelt prayer, and every choice to embrace love over fear, you reflect my image in the world. So, let this be a solemn but joyful commissioning. Stand firm, knowing that my presence is your foundation. Let your prayers be genuine and unguarded. Let them rise from the depths of your soul, knowing I receive each one with undivided attention. When you are weary, lean on me. When your heart overflows with gratitude, sing your praises to me. When you stumble, lift your hands to me, and I will uphold you. No matter the season, be it trial or triumph, my gaze is always upon you, and my heart is ever inclined to your voice. I will never tire of hearing from you. Your life is a gift, and I have entrusted you with its unfolding step by step, day by day. Embrace the journey before you with courage and with peace, secure in the knowledge that I walk beside you. Above all, never doubt my love. It is a force stronger than any storm, deeper than any ocean, and more certain than the rising sun. It is a love that declares you worthy, beautiful, and irreplaceable. Close your eyes, even for a moment, and feel the warmth of this love surrounding you like a gentle embrace. Let that warmth fill every corner of your being, melting away anxiety, dispelling the shadows of fear, and rekindling the flame of hope. As you go forward, remember these words as a promise, sealed with infinite devotion. I am with you, always. Through every chapter, every dream, every challenge, and every victory, I remain the steady heartbeat that never fails. Take my hand, beloved, and together let us walk into the fullness of life I have prepared for you, secure in the unbreakable bond we share.